What do you think? You need salt?
Fantastic. Oh man.
That's how it went down. You just pile it on top. How beautiful our tomatoes look, huh? They're so red, so deep, deep red from within.
Oh, it's spicy.
Oh, that pepper?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I cut a whole pepper, so good luck with that.
Oh, good.
Hey, I'm recording. You can't cut.
I mean.
It's hatch chili season. These are not hatch chilies. These are potatoes. But a dish I've been making for lots of my vegetarian friends and vegan friends is a potato, either taco or taquito, which is a rolled, stuffed. So oftentimes you'll see them done with like beef or chicken, and sometimes you will see them as in a potato form. But I'm gonna grate these potatoes on my box grater, and then we'll get to the hatch chili part. Okay, I finished grating all my potatoes. You want to go fast with this, so I don't want to talk too much. The thing about it is that I don't want them to oxidize. These are very, very, very fresh potatoes. And look, there's just a little oxidation happening. I have a pan preheating, and I just am cooking this immediately with some A2 ghee. I just added my grated potatoes to my ghee. And now I'm a little bit more relaxed. Once I coat this, I added it with the starch and all. That's fine. I just don't want it to oxidize. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to grate some onion. It's all calm now. Okay. That looks nice. It looks flaky. I started off doing these all those years back, with boiled potatoes. And then my mom, she's the one that suggested that I did them with a grated potato because she thought that, you know, it would just taste better if you sauteed it and got it nice and flavorful. And texturally, it would be better as opposed to the boiled potato, even if you boil them skin on with season, you know, and then got them, riced them or mashed them or did and then seasoned them. And she, as usual, was right. So I've been doing them this way ever since. So I'm gonna just let them kind of hang out here now that I see they're all coated. I really want to not let them oxidize, and it happens so quickly. But once they put that ghee on them, they'll start to calm down, and I'll preliminarily put at bay the oxidation. All right, I'm gonna let this cook while I grate my onions on the same grater that I grated my onions on the same grater that I grated my onions. Oops, I left my refrigerator open. It's calling me. So I just grated the half of one onion, one smallish onion, I guess medium-sized onion, on the large end of the box grater. I'm going to put this whole bowl in with juice and all. Oh, it's really powerful. I'm up now. Okay, onions are in. They've actually been in for a few minutes, but I had to go ahead and clean my box grater out and get it dry, especially with those tinny, aluminum-y looking box graters that are really thin like that. They can start getting really rusty if you don't take care of your tools. So that's what I was doing. But you see my potatoes? That's why I wanted all that potato starch. I actually want that. So now I'm going to take the rubber spatula out. It drives me crazy when I leave something on here. Even that little piece. getting stubborn. Okay, mix it all in. The liquid from the potatoes is going to start pulling up some of that browning and fong from the bottom of the pan. And again, this is not hash brown, so I want it a little bit homogeneous. It's just the texture's better than boiling. So I'm fine with it getting really soft like this. That's what I want. So I'm gonna let this do its thing for a minute, just like this. It smells great. The ghee, of course. Butter and onions. This is a vegetarian option. This is not vegan, but if you wanted it to be, of course, you could substitute the ghee with vegetable oil of your choice. So there she is. Gonna let you cook away for a minute. I'm gonna turn the heat up just slightly. Right now it's on low because I walked away for a minute, but I'm going to turn it back on to like gauge 4 on my stove. And I'm gonna start getting out all the seasonings I'm gonna put in it. Then I'm going to start roasting off my hatch chilies. First seasoning I'm going to add is Badia Sazon Completa, complete seasoning, about a tablespoon. It will vary, depends on what you want to, put in it, but that's the first guy I'm going to add. Again, I'm not being careful to not get these broken, or this is not hash brown, so you would want to be really careful with keeping the integrity of the potato. It will still remain some of its, retain some of its integrity because it's not boiled, but this is going to be cooled, and then we're going to fill it and cook it. It's getting steaming. All right, let me get the next seasoning. The next ingredient is a homemade condiment. This is the last of it that I have. I just put it in a jar after I made it, and it's basically a Puerto Rican style, what's called sofrito, and it's just a combination of like cilantro, culantro. It's a whole thing, but you don't have to add that. It's an optional ingredient. I know not everybody's going to be able to have it. I think Goya, brand Goya, produces one called Sofrito, but I'm not crazy about that product. It's a bit too viscous, and it doesn't have that fresh flavor that I'm looking for. But who knows, maybe they'll do better. Look, that's all I have left. At the end, I might just put the smallest drop of water. I may not, though. I mean, depends on how this mixture's looking, because this is going to be fried, so I don't want to. I'm trying to reduce the water, not build it up. I don't want it to pop all over me when I start putting these tacos together. It's a shallow fry, but still. Oil and water, don't mix. Okay, this one I wanted to show you. This is called sazon from Badia, but this is with coriander and annatto, also known as achiote. And I got this from a friend who went to Florida. I don't know, I don't see it available where I live in Los Angeles, but I'm sure you could order it online. So that's different from the original Badia. Let's see if I could grab it, hold on. So this is the original Badia, Sazon Completa. I'm sure lots of people are familiar with this one. So you can see on the package, it has like dehydrated onion, garlic, bay, thyme, peppercorn. This one just has achiote, sazon con culantro y achiote. I think this is just a tropical Hispanic condiment. I'm not sure, like I said, I live in Los Angeles and I never see this in stores. All right, getting back to the potato. So here comes the sazon. And it's gonna give it that nice right color. Not that we need it. And all of these spices are optional. You could just do this with the ghee and salt and some black pepper. It would be fine. And with the hatch chilies we're gonna do is gonna give it so much flavor. Okay, still letting this work. This is not too far from being done. I'm gonna test it for tenderness in a little bit. And then I'm gonna let it sit here in this pot undisturbed until I'm ready to use it. I just added a sprinkle of black pepper, and then to the last little bit of my seasoning here, my Puerto Rican sofrito, I added about half a teaspoon of raw vinegar, just to give it a little bit more acidity. As you know, potatoes are bland. They're wonderful. They have not been known to have a ton of acidity. Right, so that's it. All this is gonna pull right up. When I let this sit, I'm scraping it now because look, it's getting so much easier, and I want all that. All that's gonna be that good flavor that's gonna go in. Because after all, we have to build flavors. This is just a simple potato dish, so we've got to make it seasoned. Okay, I'm gonna cook it for, like I said, another couple of minutes. I tested it for tenderness, and it's probably just 2 or 3 minutes away from me turning it off and then letting it sit. There's also going to be a lot of carryover cooking on this pot, so it's going to be nice and tender by the time we're ready to use it as a filling. Then the next step after this is going to be roasting the hatch chilies. I have them soaking in cold water just to clean them and remove anything that could be on the surface of it. Lastly, just a little sprinkle of garlic. I forgot I was going to add fresh garlic, but too late. Too late now. Okay, I don't want to add raw garlic to it at this point. You don't have to mix it in. It'll all get combined. It'll all get combined shortly. Doesn't that look pretty? That little bit of vinegar really helped perk it up. I just took my hatch chilies out of the water they were soaking in, and I'm just putting them on a jelly roll on any kind of tray, really, to let them completely air dry. They will not blister well if they're wet. You want the skin to be nice and dry. These aren't the freshest chilies. You see the stem? See how it's kind of brown? This should be completely green. We'll go out into the garden and I'll show you what, because all peppers and chilies really should have the same beautiful like green stem and top. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take this guy outside so we could do a comparison. And this is the freshest looking one, so I'll take you. I'm going on a field trip. All right, let's go. All right, I'm in kind of my pepper bed interspersed with some tomato. But you could see these peppers, how green they are. The stem looks perfectly fresh. The cap around it also does, and that's a very mature pepper. You see it's like nice and blackish. I think it's some kind of a purplish chocolate jalapeno, if I'm not mistaken. Look at my babies, all my little tomatoes. All right, here, let me get back to business. Here's another one, nice and green. Now, here's the hatch chili. Here's a super fresh pepper. Wait, bad angle. Super fresh. Not so fresh. Okay, these are my new peppers that are coming up. My husband just thinned them out. He said only the strong survive, so we'll see what variety these end up being, because we just seed scatter. We just seed scatter, and we also intersperse like different kinds of succulents and plants. My mom taught us that that leads to a more viable the health of a plant, so it's not overwhelmed with all vegetables. You could see some baby nasturtium. Hello, little buddies. How cute you guys are doing. Some strawberries we still have coming up. Okay, let's do it. We're not going to do a total garden tour, but we will come over here so you could see more strawberries. Wait, first look at these big old tomatoes. I gotta get to these. This tomato plant is 2 years old. My Titi Gladys and my husband planted this. Look at that. It just came back like a beauty. No disease. It's growing under a guava tree. And it's also growing with plumeria and flowers. So this is what interspersing means. Ooh, look at this beautiful tomato. You're gonna be coming in with me soon. Here I have gourds that are drying for this from last year. Snake gourds and a drum gourd. I'm gonna have to paint those for Halloween. And look, I still have strawberries coming up. And this strawberry plant is also 2 years old, and they just keep coming up as a perennial. So they're doing beautiful. I love you guys for being so good. One of our neighbors got a rooster. We used to have some more strawberries just put randomly in these kind of beds, but I don't see them. That rooster's funny. It reminds me of being at Grandma's house. Spider season is in full effect. Look at this. Can you see it? This is just a baby. It's hard to see. All right, I've got to get back to business. I got to get back to roasting chilies. I might just do them outside on the barbecue, but I might just do them on the stove for now, because I don't want, my dad might come early and I won't hear him. So that's it. A not so fresh pepper. Not bad. Not great. Oh, my oranges are really coming in beautifully this year. It's such a beautiful day. I can tell it's gonna be hot. I have a Valencia orange tree up here. This was original to the property that I have. I don't know if you can see them. I had them graded, so they're grade A Valencia, and they are wonderful. And these are persimmons up here. I have both of the persimmon varieties. All right, I gotta stop. I gotta go in. Let's get back into the kitchen. And just like that, my hatch chilies are broiled. What should we call them? Broiled? Roasted? No. Well, blistered. Blistered, put in a container or plastic bag until they steam and the skins fall off. This is not a very fleshy chili, and so the skin on the hatch chili tends to be a lot harder to take off than, let's say, a poblano, and they're a little harder, like by like it's gets you kind of choky. So you have to be careful. I love just buying them. Boy, I just want to go to my hatch chili roaster. because they just do such a great job. So you see this skin? It's not gonna hurt in large quantities, but you do wanna make sure you get as much out as humanly possible. Okay, I'm still visiting with my dad. He's trimming up a bush. I love my dad. He's always so helpful. Okay, he's coming in. I just try to sneak this video. So this is how you assemble the paquito. First, you get the tortilla. All I did was microwave it so it's pliable. If you try to do it with a raw tortilla, it will break. This has been sitting out a bit because I was watching that movie Airport. It's an old movie with like Burt Lancaster or something. It was on Netflix. So once in a while I like to look at the old films. But all that to say that I left the tortillas kind of sitting. I had a snack. I had a couple myself. But the next pro tip I want to give you about this is that you have to make a paste, or at least I do. And it's flour, water, and salt or season to taste. And this is gonna take the place of toothpick. So we're going to, it's gonna be our glue. And so here I've got some Oaxaca cheese. If you don't know what Oaxaca cheese is, it's like a string type cheese from Oaxaca, Mexico. It's a style of cheese that they have there. If you can't get a hold of Oaxaca cheese, you could just use like a whole milk mozzarella or some kind of a mozzarella cheese. And here's our potato mixture that we made up earlier. You can adjust more salt or seasoning to taste, and then a piece of the hatch chili. Now I'm gonna roll it up like a cigar. And this is how it comes out. See, it's stable. If you feel like there's a little gap, or this is your glue, you could always go back in. This is edible, so you don't have to worry about taking out a toothpick. Sometimes the toothpick method doesn't work good. And here's another one. You can put more hatch chili. You can obviously eliminate the cheese or put a whatever jalapeno. Just make sure that whatever you add, it's dry and it's not wet, because you don't want it to burn you when it's sizzling, when you're frying them up. So I'm gonna roll one more up. So here's the potato mixture all dolled up, and you can pre-form these little like rolls. You can make them bigger or smaller, or however you want to. If you wanted to just do it assembly line style, and this size is the street taco size, so these are smaller. But if you had a regular sized corn tortilla or flour tortilla, then you can just elongate them and to fit your tortilla, or you could just do it like I do. I just pick up a chunk and I just put it in the tortilla as needed. And it's very tasty. Again, adjust the seasoning as you need to. I don't want to say what you're gonna put or not put.
All right, it's the final touch.
Okay, hold on, Ryan. All right, that's it. Okay, here's a good way to differentiate between, let's say, cheese and no cheese, or spicy and not spicy. You just use different color tortillas, and now they even sell the blue corn tortillas. So, all right, I'm just gonna keep layering them. I've got a piece of wax paper here. I'm not gonna keep going step by step because my kid's in piano class. But just imagine this filling up. Okay, I put my paquitos in the pan. I put some ghee, and I put some onion to like get that flavor reinforced again. And I'm just going to pan crisp up this little paquito mixture. I do it seam side down because I need that glue. You know, the seam with the paste, I need that to get good and brown. All right, the nighttime noises are kicking up. because that's it. It's showtime. I gotta get dinner on. Doesn't that look cute? I love you, little yellow guy. All right, I'm still cooking. I'll let you see when I flip them over. I'm also adding in some of my odd ends of the hatch chili. Okay, I just flipped. Watch me, nene. I don't think that's the song, but all right, I think it's whip, right? We're gonna keep going this way, back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay, I gotta get some kind of a salsa together. Should we go pick that tomato? Yeah, let's go get a jalapeno and a tomato. All right, in the backyard. I think I'm gonna do, not this guy, hold on. Shoot, it's hard to see. I think I got too up close in person, no. All right, I'm just gonna do this one because it's just easier to see. Yikes. All right, you don't want to pull because you can like damage the plant. All right, I'm gonna take a couple of these babies. Look at it, they just fall right off. Aren't you guys cute? Ah, I pulled the wrong one off. Well, he's coming in anyways. I want to pull this guy. All right, now for the big tomato. Okay. I just ran into a spider web. Oh, this is a bad time to come because the spiders start making their webs in the evening. Sorry, spider. I'm just gonna have to pull this. I don't want to cut it. It's too much to do with one hand. Hi, Judy. Judith, you want to see my tomato? Look at this. Judith, what do you think? I don't need it. Look at how beautiful. My husband's so excited. He's the gardener. And he recognized the tomato and the peppers. That's funny. He said he could smell them too. I just added a little cilantro. It's an ingredient I love, but I don't use it often. A lot of people don't like it. My daughter's not a huge fan. Okay, come out, little stem. Okay, I'm gonna put this in a bowl and I'm gonna salt it. I'm gonna put some lime and I'm gonna get ready to plate. Oh my gosh. All right, my mother-in-law called. It was her birthday. Happy birthday to my mother-in-law. She's 74 today. Thank God for her. We had a shaky start, but now, you know, we are super wonderful. When my mother passed away, she was of great comfort, and she's a wonderful, wonderful mother-in-law, and she brought me my husband. So that's great. Anyway, this is what it is. I just decided to serve it on the board with some avocado. We live in, you know, Southern California. We have great avocados. And I just put some cotija cheese, like that dry kind of a cheese. I put some of the sheep's milk yogurt, not too much. And put the, you know, the little mixture I got from the back and just some limes. My husband will put it together himself. But that's it. Paquitos. And shout out to my girl, Michelle. This is one of her favorite dishes. All right, he's gonna be starving. That's it, the end. Until tomorrow.